Tonight, I support Inter Miami, the weak team, against Ahly team. Tonight is the opening of the Club World Cup 2025. Tonight, Messi by himself is facing a team from Africa. A team from Africa that always reserve their place not with dignity and honor, but with stealing the continent champions. Coming from the leagues all the way to the Africa champions is all corrupted game in whole Africa. That's why I am, as Egyptian American, I don't support Ahly, which is coming from Egypt, because Ahly in Egypt destroys and destroying and will keep destroying Egyptian sports and also Africa sports, because CAF is in Egypt and everything works in the favor of Ahly. Egyptian League, it has to be done for Ahly. It has to be reserved for Ahly every single year. If you look at this year, there is a team called Pyramids. Not just the Zamalek, which is my favorite team. Pyramids supposedly to win this league. And there are some policies and laws. If they applied it to Ahly like they do apply it to any other team in Egypt, Ahly will never ever win any league or any cup in Egypt. But because Ahly is like majority of the, not the middle class, the poverty line people, they support it. That's why they look at it as like, okay, this is to keep the people not to talk about anything. Give them champions. Tell the referees to make Ahly win, even when they are weak, even if they don't deserve it. Let them win. Let them take cup by cup, league by league. Let them go to Africa. Let's support them in Africa. Let's delay and postpone all their games in the league in Egypt so they can win Africa easy. Every single team in Africa, they play every 3 years. I mean every three days. When it comes to their Africa champion, they all together in champion, including Ahly. Every 3 days there is a game for those teams. But Ahly in Egypt or Egyptian league, they postpone their games not just by like a week or 2 weeks. It goes all the way up to 90 days. Would you imagine 90 days postpone their games in the league, Egyptian league, just to help Ahly so they can reach the final, Africa final, so easy and relaxed, and other teams are playing every 3 days. So when it comes to Africa champions, Ahly, they reserve it every year, not with effort, not with like dignity, not with play fair game. No, they postpone their games in Egyptian league for 90 days. Don't play. Postpone everything, every single champions in Egypt. The cup, Egyptian cup, Egyptian league, all postpone their games, Ahly games. Should be anywhere in the whole world, every champion should have a schedule. If you don't play your schedule, you actually considered lose or a loser, and 3 points take away from you and you lose. In Egypt, no, that never happened to Ahly. There are like system. There is a system in Egypt, and that system want to make sure every year that Ahly will take the league, then goes to Africa. Then when they go to Africa, the Egyptian league plays every 3 days. There is a game for Ahly. No, postpone all this. Postpone it. Especially when Ahly reaches like semi-final or the final, they postpone up to 90 days games in Egyptian league. This year, because Ahly didn't go to the semi-final, didn't pass the semi-final, and there was a team called Pyramids. They reached the final, Africa final, and they won, by the way. They won. So next year, you're not going to see Ahly in Club World Cup. You're just going to see Pyramids. But who knows? Maybe they're gonna change the Africa champion and then make Al Ahly steal it, like they steal in the leagues. So that team, Pyramids, requested one game in the middle of the week to be postponed because they have a final, Africa final. Guess what? Egyptian Federation, they refused. They said no, there are no postponed, there are no delays for any games. You have to play your game, even though if you're actually representing Egypt and you play in the final, Africa champions, we're not gonna postpone any game for you. But Al Ahly last year and the year before and 10 years and 20 years ago, they've been postponed Egyptian League games for like up to 90 days. Would you believe that? 90 days, no play, no game for Al Ahly in the league, Egyptian league, just for them because they reached semi-final Africa, then final Africa. And this year, Pyramids, which is Egyptian club, reached the final Africa champion and won. The Egyptian Federation refused to postpone one game in the middle of the week, 3 days before they played the final. And guess what? They won. But Al Ahly, no way. They will postpone like 90 days. If Al Ahly reached semi-final, they postpone 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. It doesn't matter. Whatever happened to the Egyptian league is corrupted. This is full corruption. And you talking today that Al Ahly playing the opening of the Club World Cup by dignity and by like effort and a fair game? No way. They go to that Club World Cup every year, a reserved place for Al Ahly from Africa, representing Africa. Africa is all destroyed because Al Ahly dominating the whole thing. The referees and the system in Egypt and whole Africa is money. It's all about money and corruption, big corruption. Can you imagine a team reserved to be an Africa champion every year just because they take the league, Egyptian league, every year by referee and by the whole system? The federation always help Al Ahly. The Egyptian Federation, every single decision, it's made for the favor of Al Ahly. No way. Any decision, when it comes to good thing or bad thing, it has to be in the favor of Al Ahly against any other team. Like for example, when it comes to punishments, there are no player in Ahly that get punished for anything they do. Mistakes, big mistakes, violating the policy, violating the ethics, violating everything. There's no policy against Al Ahly players or against Al Ahly itself. When Al Ahly was drawn from the Egyptian league one game against the Malik, the federation didn't apply the policy against Al Ahly. They just applied it against the Malik, against Pyramids, against any other Egyptian team except for Al Ahly, because that's gonna make Al Ahly lose the league at the end of the year. And that's what the Egyptian Federation don't want this to happen. They want Al Ahly to win the league. They want Al Ahly to steal the league. They want Al Ahly to steal every single champion they represent, and they are in Egypt and in Africa. They pay so much money for that just to keep these people not to talk about anything and just relax. You need sports, you need champions, here are whatever you need. Just let Al Ahly win every single game, every single champion. There's no play, there's no fair game in Africa. When it comes to Africa champion, where there is Al Ahly, I'm talking here clubs, not national teams. I'm talking clubs. Egypt national team used to be good, but when Egyptian Federation start talk about Al Ahly and take the Ahly that number one, there's no national team. There's no national team anymore. Everything, even there are like friendly games for national teams that they're supposed to play. The whole world did it except for Egypt. This 3 days ago, they didn't do it. Why? Because the players of Al Ahly, they are in America waiting for the opening of the Club World Cup. How come Egyptian Federation gonna have to keep these players so they can play friendly game with the Egyptian national team, so they can improve the national team? No way. They're not looking to improve the national team. They're looking to improve Al Ahly team. They're looking to steal champions for Al Ahly team in Egypt and Africa. And even though they are dreaming to steal the Club World Cup from Real Madrid, from PSG, from all these big teams, guess what? A team from Africa, I'm not like downgrade them. No, if they are playing good, if they play fair game, they get what they get. But they're not playing fair game. Look at before they reach the World Cup, the Club World Cup. Whatever they do is never fair game. No policy, no ethics, nothing good. The media, the social media, even the TV channels, even some authorities, they always talk about how Egyptian people get so happy when Al Ahly wins every single league. Where is the sport? There's no sport in Egypt. There's nothing. It's all in the favor of Al Ahly. No national team, nothing. No competitions. No sports competition in Egypt, because 90%, 99% of the champions has to go to the Al Ahly. Its order has to go to Al Ahly. It's not like a fair game they play. No. Even when the money talks, there's no cap for Al Ahly. They get any player they want from anywhere in the world. They pay so much money. There are like a lot of companies that support that. But when it comes to any other team in Egypt, where is the cap? We have cap. We can't reach more than that. Where do you bring your money from? How come this team bring this player for this much money? That's if any other team other than Al Ahly. But when it comes to Al Ahly, everything is unlimited. You can get whatever you want. You do whatever you want as long as it's in the favor of Al Ahly. So they can compete with other teams in Africa because they represent Egypt. Come on now, represent Egypt. And Pyramids won Africa champion. No one in the media ever said that Pyramids made Egypt proud or got the cup. No, they didn't even mention. They didn't even talk about it. Just because it's not Al Ahly. When Al Ahly steal any champion, they make it big thing, big job, big time. Al Ahly won. Al Ahly representing Egypt in Africa. Al Ahly representing Africa in the Club World Cup. There are two other teams in Africa, Sundowns and Wydad. Come on now. Why you just keep calling Al Ahly and talking about Al Ahly and no other teams in Africa? There are two other teams. No, Al Ahly representing Egypt when it's in Africa. Al Ahly representing Africa when it's in the Club World Cup. There are no other teams. Why you just keep doing this? Why everything has to be for Al Ahly? Where is the competition? You lost the competition. The soul of the ethic of the sport is lost. It's all about corruption. It's all about like making things in the favor of Al Ahly. Guess what? Messi today by himself, he's just gonna play the whole team. They did like billions of dollars for Al Ahly team just to compete in this champion. And Messi by himself, which is Inter Miami is just so weak this season. Messi gonna play all 11 players by himself today. So good luck to Inter Miami, the weak team today. I hope they can make something against this corrupted team called Al Ahly of Egypt in Africa. Same thing. Good luck Inter Miami.